Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here. Welcome back to Union Cross. Happy New Year's to everybody. I hope you had an amazing 2019. We are in 2020 now, and I can't thank you guys enough for everything you've done for me and my family in 2019 and before that. It has been amazing, and I hope this year just becomes that much better. Or if it stays the same, I'm also content. So, thank you guys for an amazing 2019. Welcome to 2020. I'm going to be talking about all the updates that are going on right now for Union Cross. Later on, I'm going to be doing another video on the new Tva Metals. They did hit in JP. I have a really cool setup I want to show you for myself for that when it comes to that point, because my free-to-play account, it's at a point where I've kind of just planned this out perfectly, and I think I have a solid setup that might last me a long time. So if you can copy it, it's going to be really good. At least I think so, from just my experience. But in this video, I'm going to go over all the events we got going on. There's 10,000 jewels just for logging in and playing one quest. We got a really cool Union Cross board, but let's just jump in instead of just mentioning all of it. So starting off, if you guys logged in, you notice you got that 5,000 jewels. I'm about to collect mine. I'm on my free-to-play account right now, and there's 5,000 here, and that's not it. As you guys get that 5,000, jump me up to 53 to 58. I'm now going to go into the event tab. Under the event tab, there's this Happy New Year event over here. When you get to the third quest, all these quests say complete without having to continue, so you don't have to kill all the enemies. Jump in there, get your other 5,000, run straight to the target. You don't have to care about all these little ads. Don't waste the time. Whatever. Don't go that path if you do the last one. But yeah, you don't have to go around finding all these. Just go straight to the target, and boom. This is done in less than like 3 minutes easily, and you get yourself another 5,000 jewels. So we got a total of 10,000 jewels for 2020. That's absolutely amazing, and we got the Happy New Year tag on top of it, which is really cool. So that's the first thing you guys are gonna be doing, or at least I did when I jumped into this. Also, if you guys are just logging in today, you probably got your update from Coliseum. Again, on my free-to-play account, I did get a lot of Elsas, so I went through Coliseum pretty high. I ended up in 106th place, almost getting top 100. I could have done it, I just didn't have enough time because of New Year's, and I was spending my time with my family rather than playing the gacha games. So I ended up getting myself 3 Attack Boost 11 Maxes SP Gauge 0 and Attack Boost 10 Max SP Gauge 0. I'm wondering what you guys did for down below. It is pretty tough these days, especially if you don't got medals like Elsa or KR22 to make those top 100s, but I just wanted to give that out that free-to-play players can do a lot depending on their time. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it is very sweet. So hopefully you guys got a good Coliseum place as well. If you guys ever want to check out what I did for that, I usually stream my Union Cross Coliseum playthrough near the end of the month, and if I do, I usually mention it in one of my Discords or Twitter that I'm going live for Union Cross. So last night we ended up doing it, or the second night, 30th, not the 31st, but the 30th. We ended up going through Coliseum. It was pretty sweet. Next up, we got Coliseum, and Coliseum this month is really good. I'm actually going to do this in the beginning so I can get myself into the highest tier slot possible to make sure that I get like top 100, because basically what happens to top 100, everyone ends up in the same tier, like let's say tier 12 round 4, or this time it was round 14. That becomes top 10. So the first 10 people to get to the highest tier get stuck there, and nobody can kick them out unless someone goes past that. And usually there's just one place that everyone can get to, and no one can go any further than that. So try to get there as soon as possible. Today's the first day. Boom, go for it. Go as far as you can so you can staple yourself there. You might always be stuck in top 1,000 because you're the first one to make it to a certain tier. You know what I mean? So try to get your place in. Don't leave us for the end of the month like I did, because I could have been top 100 very easily if I just did that on the first day that I got Elsa. So besides that, the reward is Attack Boost 12 Max. So 11 Max is finally being replaced by Attack Boost 12. But you also get Attack Boost 11 Max, because 11 Max is not going to be obsolete. 9 Max is not obsolete. 10 Max is not obsolete. It just, the less attack boost you have, the less damage you do, which in Coliseum, it's best to have the highest attack boost max. But in PvE, it's not as important. In PvP, you're also micromanaging your attacks. If you're going from like attack boost 7 max to 11 max or 12 max, then yeah, you're gonna notice that stuff in Coliseum, you're gonna notice that stuff in PvP. But for the content wise, for everything else, it's not really that important. But it is better to have more attack boost 12 maxes and 11 maxes than anything else. And if you do get a high place in Coliseum, you don't have to buy any avatar boards, which saves you jewels in the long run. But don't go out of your way to pull medals just to get one extra skill. Doesn't make any sense to get 15,000 jewels worth for one medal for a skill, unless you gain that medal anyways to upgrade your Keyblade setup for future content, and that's just a bonus. Never focus on Coliseum specifically, because you can buy an avatar board. But if you're strong enough, you don't have to buy the avatar board, and you save yourself 2,500 jewels or more, which is really nice. So it's going to be a really hectic one. That is a lot of free attack boost right there. Next up, we've got a bunch of random quests. Another raid boss is out here. If you do the raid board is pretty much as straightforward, no jewels, just Chippendales and all that. So if you guys are farming, which you should, every 50 levels you guys do get 5,000 jewels. So if you're close to 500, 400, 350, this all happens after level 300, 350, 400, 450, 500, so on. So is 5,000 jewels to your collection. And on top of it, every time you get leveled up to certain points, your whole general character gets better for just all the strength of your keyblades, metals, all that good stuff. So leveling up is very important in this game these days, especially if you want to get stronger, not just for jewels anymore. So with that being said, raid boss, do it as much as you can, farm, but it does also come naturally, but it's better to do it for the raid boss, but you guys know that. There's also another way I want to show you later on in another video. Keyblade War, there's actually something going on that if you guys complete this during a certain date, I believe you're going to get a reward of, let me double check. So over here in the notices, it says January 9, 2020 Keyblade War Challenge. If you complete this before the campaign's over, you'll get yourself some tier 10 subslot medals, which is those little frogs. You'll get tier 10 medals, which is really good because right now the max tier is tier 10. And if you fill up your entire Keyblade subslots with tier 10s, it is really, really good for your Keyblade damage. We've got event coins galore on top of this. If you guys do complete this, more tier 10 subslot medals like I was talking about. So later on, January 9th, make sure to do that campaign before it ends. Honestly, to beat the foretellers now with the medals that we got, it is pretty easy. It was doable before, but now it's easier and easier. Just like the Moogle of Glory Keyblade, that used to be super hard, but now it's super easy to pass. But anyways, more tier 10 medals. I would actually put a lot of effort into this. I know gems are very important for Keyblade leveling up, but you need a lot of gems where this is like instant value right away. Gems, honestly, it goes both ways. I do think that gems have more value over the tier 10 medals or just tier 10, 9, and 8 medals for your subslots, but everything helps, so try to balance that out. One is RNG, which I'm talking about basically wasting your AP for either this or this. If you play this and you get yourself the Angry Adventurer or the enemy itself will drop more gems, you can get gems randomly, but that's 90 AP a pop or 60 AP a pop because they show up pretty often on both of them. Not all the time guaranteed, but it does happen. So choose where you want to spend your AP and your time. These are only here for the entire month. So one's an entire month, one's 2 weeks. I would focus on this first and then work on this. I would do the events galore, just if you don't have a lot of tier 10s. But if you're someone who pulls all the time and you got all tier 10s and like almost all your important keyblades, then it doesn't really matter. But for those who don't, work on this one. We talked about the Happy New Year's, that's 5,000 jewels, and we got more gems in here. So gems are just pretty much everywhere. So that is it for all the story stuff. I'm going to jump into the next thing, which is Union Cross, and I've already completed this. I've actually pre-recorded this just because I entered a team that was pretty solid. But the thing here is this boss is super hard, but what you want to do is get someone you know, a friend, begin with party, and make sure you guys take care of each other. Every time you revive yourself, I'm going to show you guys an example in a second, you get your second chance back, you get your supernovas back, and you get your HP recovery from your spirit slot. So you basically get a fresh restart every time your friend revives you. Every time you die though, it starts at 1 revive, so your friend loses 1 attack, to 2 attacks, to 3 attacks, so on and so on. So plan accordingly to take care of each other. If you know your friend's about to die, you wait for your turn, revive him, and then you let yourself die, and then after his buffer he'll revive you on one of his extra attacks because they don't do as much damage, and you guys just keep reviving each other. This is doable if you both have a strong setup, but I'm going to show you guys what it looks like and what you're going to do after this is all done. So I'm with a group that's actually doing pretty decent here. Now I know I mentioned to have a friend with you to go with you, but if you don't have that option, then go ahead and try to join one, but be smart about it. Bring in your best setup, but leave at least 1 or 2 depending on how many times your friends die. But I died here and I actually got a revive. So what ends up happening is I'll get my second chance back, I'll get all my supernovas back, and I'll get my pet spirit ability for HP recovery, which is another second chance. So if you go in with a group, just make sure that you guys are saving at least a couple attacks, extra attacks, anything. Make sure you guys are actually saving a spot to revive your friends. And if you do that, you'll end up with something like this, a team that actually works together and revives each other. So this is very possible with just 2 people. Just make sure that the one person does revive you, but you guys do have to have good setups, really good setups, because eventually it's going to cost so many attacks to actually revive your friend, so by then it's going to go a little overboard. Just a little heads up, but you do get HP recovery back, like right there, and second chance as well, until the boss is dead. I'll show you guys what it looks like when you kill him. So, boss is down. This is it. If you actually took down one of the bosses, you will get that title, Brave Knight. This is super tough though. Like, you do have to have a good party in there. About 16 million over there. I did about 34.7%, and I came into this fight a little bit halfway. So thank you guys for the group. If you guys were part of that list right there, thank you for actually doing that for the showcase. And pretty much it's one shot. Go in there, try to do it with your union, not your union, try to do it with your party to be able to get that title. And if every union beats at least one, it doesn't mean you have to beat every single person in the union, just one person to take down that boss, and you're good to go from there. Now, there was no cross coins. This is all free, so I totally lied about that part. But Chippendale, 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 unlock all. Boom, and that's it. And then you don't have to do it ever again. It's just one time, do it, get your title, and forget about Union Cross after that. It's only 3 days. Make sure you try to get a group to get together, or you and a really tough other person that has a really good setup as well. And boom, you got everything you wanted for your union and for yourself. So with all that completed, you got your title and everything coming up. These are the rewards. If every union, at least one person defeats this raid boss, everybody will be getting 100 power gems, speed gems, magic gems, 5 sun gems, 5 moon gems, SP Chippendale times 5. Siege doesn't matter, he would do lose, doesn't matter, but it's good for new players. So if not every union kills this boss at least once, these are the rewards that go down and down and down. Basically cuts in half and then lose 20 over here, lose 10 over here, all the way down to 10. You get 10% if only one union. But I know my union did it because we just completed it. So make sure that you guys get it done in each union, which I'm pretty sure people are going to do. Besides that, I showed you the crossboards were free. So that's the Union Cross Challenge. Hopefully everyone does it. I don't see why it won't happen. And besides that, we've got the entire month schedule here for pretty much what's going to be happening. January 4th, we have defeat villains, defeat enemies to get a variety of gems, such as moon gems and sun gems. We got New Year's Cheerthy Hat Union Cross. You get New Year's quotes for the message boards and new quests for Chasm Challenges, which has more rewards in there as well too. In January 6th, Deluxe Lux ranking, which again, Lux is very important these days, not just for jewels, but also getting your character a lot stronger for strength-wise, Keyblade wise, upright, reverse, all that good stuff. But if you work as a party, you can get up to 3,000 jewels and 90 gems. Hopefully this time around, I can actually help my party. Same thing, January 9th, Keyblade War Challenge I talked about, so we'll skip that one. You get yourself tier 10 medals. January 10th, 2020, Daily Gem Event is happening as well too. And like I said, focus on those tier 10 medals, the sub-slot medals over the gems, because I think gems, they know how important it is these days. So they're pretty much showing them everywhere. So more gems on January 10th. Union Cross is January 13th. Deluxe PvP rewards January 14th. On the 16th, we got sub-slot medal event. So from what I'm seeing here is that the game knows that we need better medals for sub-slots and we need more gems. I kind of feel like we're going to see tier 11 soon-ish. Not too soon. Or, like I said, the game's becoming more and more generous. The game's becoming more fair. It's not so power hungry anymore. And they're just giving tier 10s to everyone so everyone can be in the same place and able to pass the content. Instead of half of the community struggling, everybody's Keyblade sub-slot should be pretty on par if you're not pulling a whole bunch because they keep getting out tier 10 medals. Just play their game and you get your tier 10 sub-slots, which means your Keyblades will always do maximum damage. So it's really nice to see. More tier 10s are just popping up, more gems are just popping up. So pretty much everybody is having the ability to have good Keyblade setups. And then on January 20th, which is the big bonus challenge, another 5,000 jewels coming your way, guys. So if the 10,000 you got today wasn't enough, another 5,000 halfway, a little more than halfway through the month, and Deluxe Union Cross rewards as well, which means a lot of more gems, sun gems, moon gems. Union Cross, I talked about this in stream. It's becoming a little too tedious for me, and I haven't done it for an entire month or more. I've missed Union Cross just because it's so much to grind out. Obviously, it's best to recommend play at least half an hour, get all the jewels that are in there, the couple of jewels, and then if you want to, go for your favorite gems that you're missing. But if you're really feeling tired out about this and just grind is just too much, then get enough to get the jewels that are in each board in the beginning. Boom, 30 jewels, 30 jewels, 30 jewels, 30 jewels, if I remember properly, and you got everything you need out of that. Next up is January 24th, High Score Challenge event, which is probably more gems. Again, more gems, more Keyblades level 50, like I did on my free-to-play account. I'm going to show you guys. So that's not bad. Union Cross again, and Story Quest and Prod Quest will be updated at the end of January and afterwards, which is even better because the story is the reason a lot of us are playing this game. So, like I said, I did upgrade a Keyblade recently before the end of the year, and this is my free-to-play count. I got my counterpoint to level 49.8. I am 9 gems away from maxing out this Keyblade. After these 9 gems, I just need Sun Gems, which I do have, and I got my first ever level 50 Keyblade between my main account and free-to-play account. This is the first time I've done this. So, I'm very, very happy about this. This is where I want to spend my gems. I do want to make a video later on about Keyblades and where you should go with it. But when you do have a really solid setup that you're very proud of and it's very strong, just make it that much stronger so those metals last that much longer, which means you don't got to pull as much and you end up with a big chunk of jewels like I do, because one Keyblade is taking care of you for pretty much everything. And it feels good to stack up your jewels because no matter the power creep, you'll be ready. So that's what I did, and I don't regret it at all. And I believe the final thing here we got is these avatar boards. Let me start off with these ones over here. You're buying these for the cosmetics. Yeah, there's a couple things here and there like skill perk, item drop perk, rare enemy perk that you guys can get out of this that will help. And these are older boards that people usually don't have. So if you are someone who wants to dress up your character, then I'm pretty sure you don't care about the jewels. Me personally I do care about my jewels, so I am going to be skipping out on all of these. For these medals here, I believe, or these avatar boards here, I believe they come with a medal, but 5,000 jewels for one avatar board when the skills aren't that good. Not at all. Like Attack Boost 6 Max Lux Plus Plus can be used. 8 Max can be used. It's not terrible. You do get 2 of those maxes and 1 of Attack Boost Max and SP Gauge 1. Sun Gem, Mood Gem, 6 Fantasia Mickey B's. But in all honesty, these jewels are best for pulling and buying traits. I would not spend that much. If they came back as 2,000 jewels with all that, I would say, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's a lot of skills in here, but a lot of these are obsolete and not needed at all. I would focus on those jewels for anything else. But this is pure cosmetics. If you guys want cosmetics, then yeah, go right ahead. These are amazing avatar boards. Dressing up as your favorite character is always a bonus and always worth the jewels, because that is straight value that doesn't get worse. You can't really mix and match, which sucks. I think you should be able to wear any kind of costume you want, and if you purchase a previous costume with the skill perk, item perk, you should be able just to select that perk separately and wear what you want. I don't like that the perks are attached to the costume, because you never truly get to dress the way you want to dress. If you're trying to seriously farm, go into a quest with skill perk, item draw perk, you know what I mean? So 5,000 jewels is very pricey, very pricey. And then this board, 7,770. Cool, very nice avatars, very good. Item jock perk, you got enemy perk over here, rare enemy, and titles plus good skills. Attack boost 11 max, SP gauge 2 and 1, poison max, defense boost 6 max, and for the best lux farming over here, attack boost 8 max, lux plus plus, 2 sun gems, moon gems, and a Chippendale. But I don't value that at 7,770. No, thank you. So me personally, I'm skipping. The best board is obviously these ones, just because they do have a lot of skills, sun gems and moon gems. But I'd rather not spend 7,700. I'd rather use my jewels for the pulls and traits over these skills. But it depends how much you need the skills for. Even so, 7,770 is very pricey. You can get 2 skills for 2,500 jewels. So take that into consideration. You do get 2 skills over here, attack boost 11 max, and then all the other stuff. But I'm just going to skip on this. As cool as they are, I'm going to skip on this. That's me personally. You guys do what you want to do for that. So that's pretty much everything, guys. I'm going to be talking about the new Tva metals coming out very soon. KR22 is a very solid metal, but if you guys didn't pull for this, I think that's for the better. Like I said, you're kind of pulling for this metal just for Coliseum. When those Tva metals come out, when future metals come out that are just like Tva metals, then you're not going to really need metals like this. Although this is very good and can help in so many situations, I still think that you save that 15,000, add another 15,000, and you can get a really powerful kind of mechanic. And even in the future, from that point on, you can still get a really powerful mechanic for 15,000. So if you're not struggling, kind of just skip these metals. I did talk about it in its own video. It's all up to you guys if you need upright power. You know your setups. Every setup can work if you plan it properly. In the next video, I'm going to be talking about TVA. I'm going to show you guys my setup and what I plan for, and hopefully that'll last me for a very long time. So that'll be for next time. For now, guys, that is the New Year's update 2020. Plenty of jewels, lots of content coming up. Hopefully some challenging content, because Unicross has been pretty easy lately, and I haven't really had a chance to make any kind of like full clear guide, free to play guide, or any kind of event guide to help you guys, because right now, like I said, Unicross has been very generous. Easy pulls, 5 mercy pulls. Keyblades are being upgraded like crazy. Tier 10 sub slots are being handed out. Gems are being handed out. So everyone has a powerful setup. It's more of like making your setup and making it last is the most important thing. So polar skip is usually the most important thing, but you also gotta look at polar skips for yourself, not over generally like everyone else is saying this is better than this. If it works for you, it works for you. That's all that matters. So besides that, hopefully 2020 does bring some really interesting setups for enemies like the foretellers. The foretellers were great. I thought they're going to bring more content like that where you actually have to think about the setups. You have to bring in metals you wouldn't bring in usually, just instead of your just best setup and boom, go at it. So hopefully 2020 brings something interesting like that, a different kind of combat system, anything. That's pretty much it. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll smell you later.